Yeah, I mean, I loved the weekend. I think one of the things that I loved about it was the seeming diversity and differences at the start of the workshop, and then just the level of intimacy and connection and relaxation and sameness, oneness with everyone. It all became very apparent that we're all so different but so the same. It's something that brings me back to wanting more constantly. I'm a 3. Well, my type is a 3. So I have a basic fear of not having value, or a basic fear of unworthiness. I'm probably the vice president of the not good enough club at times, and so what I do at times to compensate that is I over effort or overperform or overachieve or posture or do things to try and get value or worth from others. What the work this weekend gave me was a remembering that I can actually just be exactly how I am, and that is more than enough, and that people actually move towards me, and I experience greater intimacy and greater connection when I am just that authentic, and it seems that when I'm very vulnerable and authentic and go the place that feels unsafe is where I seem to experience the most love and connection with people, and the most sort of ground and sense of aliveness. One of the things that was a bit of a breakthrough for me was realising, when I get triggered by something or someone, usually, that I get this sense of the self-concept of how I think I should be or how I want to be seen, and the sort of strategies that I think I've got to come up with to get that met. And if I actually just allow everything to be as it is and not go into figuring out or solutions or trying to make something happen so I can get that self be seen a certain way, and just to allow, feel my experience, allow my experience to be here, then grace happens, or connection and intimacy happens. And it turns out I don't have to do much. I just have to be who I am and be how I am. I think there's been like a message throughout my life, and maybe throughout a lot of people's life, that how I was as a child, whatever I was experiencing, maybe anger or fear or sadness, it was like there was always this message that, don't do that, or don't feel that, or stop that, or whatever. And it kind of made me seem like there was something wrong with my experience. And so I would then think I had to be some other way or act some other way to get love, approval, connection, worth from the other, And what I learned on this weekend, and I think what might be really helpful and supportive for other people is actually when we really allow our experience to be okay and be true to it and stay with the direct experience and be able to articulate it very vulnerably, it actually creates trust and brings us home to this sense of who we really are, rather than all these things that I try to do or try to be to get that love and connection. I think what's probably required of people to do this course is just to bring it all, like to bring exactly what's happening in their life. I found that the more I could just show up and be real and speak the unspeakable and say the things that probably may have been unpalatable, or the things that I don't really want to share, that are things that I felt that it was like, I should keep as a secret, or no one else would be dealing with this, or it's too terrible or shameful to bring up. That was actually the material that was required to really have the sense of coming back home and feeling fulfilled again, and feeling like, I want to go out in the world and do great things again, and be a good friend, a good partner, a good family member, community member.